student, myself Rajendra Aseri. I am Assistant Professor in Computer Science Department at Government Bangat BG College, Didona. In the previous lecture, we discussed various concepts about database and management system. We discussed the drawbacks of using the file system, what are the advantages of DBMS. In the DBMS, the roles of various users like database administrator, sophisticated user, Navy user, application programs, and some queries related to SQL, that is structured query language. Now in the previous lecture we started relational algebra operations. In relational algebra operation we discussed already three operations: select operation, notation, and example already practiced. After that, pi operation, that is project operation, to extract the required column from a particular relation or particular table. Then union operation. Now in today's lecture we will be focusing some more operation like Cartesian product, the notations, then some example we will be doing, composition of operation, very important concept. If you want to combine more than one operation in a single query, then how to do that? So some more complex queries we are going to do in today's lecture. Then if you want to rename a particular relation, suppose my relation named is customer, and if I want to simplify this relation name, then I can apply relation rename operation. Some banking example we will be taking. In banking there are 6 relation I have listed here. Various columns are there, various attributes are there, and some queries we will be discussing in the today's lecture. So starting from Cartesian product. First, notation. The notation is cross, or we can say multiply. And in order to apply Cartesian product, definitely it is using the operation between the two relations. So minimum 2 relations are required. There may be more than 2 relations, but at a time only 2 relations will be operated with help of Cartesian product. So the notation is R cross S. Now how to define this in case of relational algebra? So R cross S is related to a set such that T and Q, such that T belongs to R and Q belongs to S. And is very important here also, means at the same time T should be belonging to R and Q should be related to S at the same time. Assume that attribute of relation R and attribute of relation S are disjoint, that is they R intersection S is equal to 5, means there are no common element or no common tuples in relation R and S. Okay, so if attribute of R and S are not disjoint, then the remaining must be used, or we can use the rename, right? Now example, suppose if you see here, I have taken two relation R and S. In relation R, there are two attributes A and B. Alpha 1 is the first row or first tuple, beta 1 is second tuple. Okay, so this is all about first relation. Second relation is having 3 columns C, D and E. And first row says from the second relation is alpha corresponding to C, 10 corresponding to D and A corresponding to E. First row. Second row is beta 10 A. Third row is beta 20 B, and fourth row is gamma 10 and B. 4 rows are there in second relation, 2 rows are there in the first relation. Now we want to apply the Cartesian product. What is Cartesian product? In Cartesian product we need to take all the possibility, means we need to just simply multiply, taking first row from the first relation and multiply this tuple with all the tuples of second relation. Okay, so in row form we can say in first relation there are 2 rows, second relation there are 4 rows, so 2 into 4 total 8 possible rows might be present in the Cartesian product final output. Okay, so if you see there are total 8 rows in the final output. How these are coming? So step by step we are learning. Okay, first row is alpha 1. Alpha 1 will be multiplied with the first row of the second relation, alpha 10A. So in the output, first row become alpha 1 corresponding to AB and corresponding to CDE alpha 10A. See, A, B, C, D, E. These 5 attributes will be in the final output. Okay, means both the relations attribute will be added and finally put in the final output. So A, B, C, D, E 5 attribute will be there. First row will be alpha 1 alpha 10A. Similarly, alpha 1 will be multiplied with the second row beta 10a, so it becomes alpha 1 beta 10a. Second row is also clear. Third row alpha 1 from the first relation and third row from the second relation beta 20b, so it says alpha 1 beta 20b, third row of the output. Fourth row of the output will be alpha 1 multiply with the gamma 10b, so alpha 1 gamma 10b is the fourth row. Similarly, beta 2 alpha 10a fifth row, beta 2 beta 10a sixth row, beta 2 beta 20b seventh row in the output, and the last row will say beta 2 gamma 10b. So in this manner we can apply the Cartesian product. Simply we need to pick all the attribute from first relation, and after that we need to put all the attribute from the second relation and simply multiply all the rows, first row second row, in this manner, in the orderly manner, all the rows from first relation multiplication with the all the rows with the second relation, right? So this is all about from the Cartesian product. Now next operation is composition of operation. So up to this point we discussed four operation in relational algebra: select operation, project operation, union operation, and Cartesian product, right? So now if we want to merge more than two operation, then can we do this? Yes, we can definitely do this. By applying a operation, we are just restricting or just applying some condition on the relation. So when we apply some condition on the relation, then it will just remove those tuples which are not satisfying the condition. Very simple. So in composition of operation, we can build expression using multiple objections or multiple operations. Like suppose we want to apply some sigma operation with the Cartesian product. Now how to do that? Cartesian product means if the final output tuples are related to more than two operations. Common properties we want to acquire from more than two operations having some conditions on both the operation on both the relation, then we can apply the select operation with the Cartesian product. So here R cross S already we have done in the previous slide. In previous slide when we have done R cross S, it has resulted in 5 attribute and 8 rows. Okay, now we have to apply select operation sigma, and the condition is A equal to C. If you see, A attribute is related to first relation and C attribute is related to second operation. So the condition says that all the domain value of A attribute from first relation should be same with all the domain value of C attribute from the second relation. We have to restrict these Cartesian product by this condition. If we apply this condition, then see, by looking at this condition, A column, pick A and C. Simply in the normal Cartesian product there are 8 rows. After that we need to apply the predicate because sigma operation will be applied final. Okay, so by applying the sigma operation, if you see A, there are 4 time alpha and 4 time beta, and in C if you see, in first row alpha, then beta, third row beta, fourth row gamma, then alpha, then beta, then gamma, beta, and then gamma. So if you see, in first row alpha it will be picked, alpha beta second row will not be picked. Okay, so if you see, first row will be picked, second row will not be picked, third row alpha beta will not be picked, second row not picked, third row not picked, fourth row alpha gamma not picked, fifth row beta alpha not picked, sixth row beta will be picked, sixth row will be picked, first row, sixth row beta, seventh row, and eighth row is beta gamma. First, sixth, and seventh row will be picked from this relation. So see, first row is alpha 1 alpha 10a, correct? Sixth row is beta 2 beta 10a, yes, and seventh row is beta 2 beta 20b, beta 2 beta 20b, it will be picked. So in this manner we can apply composition of operation in the final query, right? Next is rename operation. As the name implies, it will allow us to name and therefore refer to the result of relational algebra expression. It allows us to refer to a relation by more than one name. Suppose and the notation is row. If I am writing row, row, and in the suffix we need to write down the rename name. Suppose rename name is A, and which relation? Old relation is E. So E relation will now become, the name is X. We can rename the attribute also in the final output. If I want the relation name different, new relation name, and at the same time new attribute name also, then that also we can do. So first is row X in bracket E. X is the original name, new name, and E is either expression or the old name. If a relational algebra expression E has arity n attribute, then row of new name X in bracket we need to write down A1, A2 up to An. New attribute name also can be written in bracket the relation name. So it will return the result of expression E under the name X and with the attribute renamed to A1, A2 up to An, right?